Hey screeners, how you doing? It's me, Anthony Jordan.
And me, Nico Lurot.
Okay guys, it's time. Top 5 time.
You can see 5.
That's the one. Here we are. We are talking, Nico, please. The top 5.
The top 5 blockbuster franchises of all time. Based on coolness, nostalgia, achievements. Based on how much they've earned. And based on their impact on society.
Indeed, indeed, indeed. Very tough one, but quite easy to pick the top 5. If you want to know how we came about it, please click the link below for the iTunes
In the description,
link.
you can download the top 10 podcast. But this is the top 5 show. You want to see some movie clips. That's why you're here. Roll the footage. Here's number 5. In the number 5, AJ.
You got a friend in me. We're talking the toys that came to life. Toy Story, Buzz Lightyear, Woody and the gang. 3 fantastic movies.
No movies we've rated higher across any of our franchises. This one was fantastic. A story across 3 movies about growing up. About toys, about stories, about adventures, about fitting in, about being left alone, about being neglected. It's just so universally great, this story. And it created such memorable characters.
Indeed.
And it changed cinema.
It did.
First CGI movie.
Yeah, and it's gone on to do fantastic stuff and more to come from it, actually. Right, in the number 4th position.
Number 4 position was...
It comes from a world far, far away. We're talking the Skywalker family, the midi-chlorians. We're talking Jedis. We are talking, of course, lightsabers at the ready, Star Wars.
Now, some of you might be wondering, how the hell is this on number 1? You know what? The galaxy far, far away gave us the most popular story arguably ever told in the world of cinema. Some of the most iconic characters, arguably the most iconic villain ever put to story. The story of good and evil. Is it a fantasy? Is it a sci-fi? It doesn't matter. Because you know what? It's so damn cool. The Force, the Jedi, Yoda, Obi-Wan, Luke. I'm naming people. It doesn't matter because I'm excited.
You forgot Han. He was representing Han. Right. Link above if you know what I'm
so
talking
many
about.
iconic things going on in this movie. From the vehicles, the weapons, the battles, the scope, the fact that it's in a galaxy, the fact that you've got so many different races, alien nations. It's just, it's to infinity and beyond, no pun intended. In the number 3, we are talking...
The one that will leave you shaken, not stirred. Mr. Bond himself, 007.
Whoa, that was cheesy, but you know what? That's what Bond is all about. How cool is this guy? He's 25 movies cool.
Mr. Gadgets.
Mr. Gadgets, Mr. Ladies, Mr. Cars, Mr. Cool, Mr. Tuxedo, Mr. Guns, Wolf of PPK, Shaken Not Stirred, Golden Gun, Laser Watch, Rolex, Aston Martin, Tuxedo. The man is what every single male in his...
Should endeavor to be.
Should endeavor. Well, yeah.
To a degree.
Don't let the wives hear you saying that. But this movie franchise has just been spanning 50 years. Now we've had 50 years of Bond, 25 movies. How many have been cool? All of them. How many have been great? 4 out of 5. There have been so many good ones represented by so many great actors. From everything from the Bond girls to the gadgets to the set pieces. The movies just get bigger and better. And it's a franchise for every age.
Okay, right. In at number 2 is not actually a franchise. It's the one that has changed it on its head.
The franchise that changed the meaning of franchise.
Exactly. It's now the cinematic universe. And that is in part thanks to these people called the Marvel Cinematic Universe. We're talking Iron Man, Captain America, Thor, Hulk.
Those were the 4. It is the story of 4 different superheroes
Coming
together under one studio's umbrella. In an ultimatum movie called The Avengers, which grossed 1.5 billion at the box office.
It's the new way, guys.
It's nearly 10 years old, believe it or not, but you know what? It still keeps going and it still keeps getting better.
Yeah, no revamps, no recasting. It's being a consistent cast, a lot.
No story has stayed the same with so many of the same actors for so long and has been so good consistently.
Agreed. Totally agreed. Okay, and at number 1, I give you the honor of announcing this because you are the man who represents for this.
Oh, it's a big moment, but you know what, guys? Number 1, it's not the longest of the franchises, but in terms of how epic it is, in terms of its scale, in terms of how respected it is, in terms of how many Oscars it won, in terms of how faithful it was to the books, in terms of the quality of the acting, I can't praise this movie enough. The Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. Tolkien's Middle-earth. Yes, you can argue that some of the Hobbit movies weren't great. I'd argue that one wasn't great. Most of these movies are good at least, verging on great, exceeding in most parts. These movies have got started the careers of people like Orlando Bloom, rejuvenated those of people like Viggo Mortensen, showed the world what a great actor Ian McKellen is, if they'd forgotten for some unforeseen reason. But it is ultimately at its core a fantasy story, the classic story like in Star Wars of good versus evil. It's set like in Star Wars, not in a galaxy far, far away, but in a realm of make-believe called Middle-earth. Dwarves, elves, orcs, wizards, witches, blades, magic. It's just got everything.
That's the one. Yeah, it speaks for itself. It speaks for itself.
Only one of all the franchises on both our top 5 and top 10 to win the Best Picture Oscar. Lord of the Rings is your number 1 movie.
Right, he just mentioned it. It's going from 5, where you can't see us, because with the 10, you will not see us. You can only hear us, guys. That is, again, as we mentioned before, via our link here, but also on iTunes. Check the link. Do check the link. But we would really encourage you guys to check it out on iTunes, where you just download it, share it, give it a rating, let us know. Just subscribe to us on iTunes.
It's free.
Exactly. There's nothing to argue about. Trust me, it's worth it. You want to know?
There's a lot to argue about. That's why it's fun.
Well, that's it. Yeah, I'm saying downloading it. There's nothing to argue about. Downloading it, you may have arguments, and that's what you'll see. Why we came up with the top 5. What was our top 4? You will only find out in one place, and one place only. That is on the Silver Screen Podcast.
Movie Mount Rushmore top 10.
That's the one, guys. So please do check us out here on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Tumblr as well, and of course iTunes, where you will find out the extended version to what you're watching right now.
And I want to shout out to all of our community out there. In the last 2 weeks, you have taken us from 119 subscribers up to nearly 300. You've basically more than doubled us. Our last 2 videos are all getting over 1K views. We are trending, and it's because of you guys. So from both of us, a big thumbs up and a thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Big up to all of you.
An early salute from me.
Keep it coming. Keep it coming, and we'll keep it coming. If you like what we're doing, we're going to keep it going. Just keep the love coming.
As we keep saying, comment. If you want anything from us, we're more than willing to partake in it.
Hey, man.
We reply to it. It's the way it goes. So, guys, thank you very much.
The boys right here are all about community. Leave the comments, we answer.
Guys, thank you very much indeed. But until the next time, I am the one AJ, Anthony Jordan.
And from the Top 5 show and right here in Silver Screen HQ, I am Nico Lurot.
Signing out.
See ya.